Good morning and welcome to Glen Elementary. My name is Jessica Stoner and this is my third grade class. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump into our Henrico 21 review. So what I want you to do is look down at your page and I want you to help me with some of our key HLP learning styles. Our first one that we talked about is collaborator. Who can tell us what a collaborator is? Max, what's a collaborator?
A collaborator is kind of like you get involved with stuff and you can like help out.
Okay, you're communicating with other people, you are getting involved, you are making changes based on the conversations you're having. All right, we had communicator, friends. What's a communicator, Miss Sky?
You're talking to people.
You're talking to people. Who are people that you might be talking with? Elliot, who might you talk with?
Like teachers, your parents, like counselors, if you need help or something, but like, you know, like everyone who could like help you or you could help them.
Fabulous. All right, and the other one we talked about was our quality character. What on earth is a quality character or having quality character? What does that mean? Sienna, what does quality character mean?
Strategies like that.
Strategies that are going to help you solve what? What kind of things might you have to solve?
Problems.
Any kind of problems. Can they be big problems?
Yes.
Can they be small problems?
Yeah.
Can they be school problems?
Yes.
Can they be home problems?
Yes.
Can they be friend problems?
Yes.
Just any kind of problems, right? All right, and a lot of these fall under our big umbrella of global citizen. Can someone tell us a little bit about a global citizen? What's a global citizen, Nat?
It's when you collaborate with peers and other like students and talk about stuff.
Fabulous. It's all that collaboration, that communication, and your problem solving. All right, you reflected last week because we've been doing this big project for Fenway and Hattie where we've been working with donations and getting everybody involved with reading a book together and all those conversations. So I want you real quick to reflect back on which of those areas you think you grew the most in. And if I could just see a quick show of hands if you think you grew as a communicator during this project. All right, put those down. Raise your hand if you think you grew as a collaborator during this project. Fabulous. Raise your hand if you think you grew as a global citizen. Woo. And raise your hand if you think you grew in quality character. Okay, fabulous. We're going to take all of those skills now and combine them into ways that you can show your global citizenship within your community. We've talked about a big V word. You did an interview with someone in order to find out about opportunities. What's the V word I'm probably talking about, Mayor?
Volunteer.
Volunteer. Someone please tell me what it means to be a volunteer. Vasundra, what's a volunteer?
It means to help out.
To help out. Where are you probably helping out? JJ, where could you be helping out?
School or charity events.
Home, school, charity events. What's that other place, you know, where you live, work, and play? If you know it, say it on 3, 2, 1.
Community.
Your community. All right, you did an interview at home or with maybe a neighbor, maybe you've even talked to a peer about volunteerism. You're going to brainstorm with your table and create a little poster right now that is going to show us what you personally could do as a volunteer. Could you do the same things that I can do? Maybe. What's something that I could do that maybe you can't do? Vasundra, what's something in terms of volunteerism that I could do that maybe you can't do?
Like you could volunteer in like jobs.
Okay, maybe more of a job thing, or maybe where I have to drive myself there, right? All right. Are there things that you can still do as a third grader?
Yes.
Yes. All right, what I'm going to ask you to do is you're going to pull your interview in front of you. You are going to pull out some sort of coloring utensil and a pencil, and you are going to get ready to start talking with your table. I'm going to give you a very large piece of paper. And this large piece of paper, you are going to be creating some ideas on how you as a third grader can make your community a better place through volunteer activities. Does a volunteer activity have to be something huge like our pet food donation? That was a huge project. Does it have to be that big? No. Can it be something small? Can it be something big? Yes. All right. What do we need usually when we create a visual? Liam, what would I probably need?
Coloring utensils.
I do. What am I going to use those coloring utensils for, though?
To draw a picture.
I do want to draw a picture. Now, Elliot, I'm sorry. Elliot, sometimes when I draw a picture, I also need to include something else so that everyone knows what I'm talking about. What else could I include other than pictures?
Detail.
I do want some details, but what are some other things? What else might I need, Aubrey?
You might need some teamwork.
I need some teamwork to figure this out. But also with my pictures, what if I see a picture and I don't know what you're trying to show me? How am I going to know as someone who's seeing this? Because I want to inspire others to get involved. What else might I need, Manette?
You might need to write it down, and you want it to use color to really show it out.
A label.
Beautiful. I want to add my details in words. I might need to label it, and I want to make sure that it's really colorful so that it pops. And we have lots of what, friends? Pizzazz. Pizzazz and pizzazzle. We need those things. All right. So I want you to start talking with your tables. Look at your interview questions and see what you can create. We're going to share in a little bit. So go ahead and start working with your tables. All right. So share your ideas. You just nominated her. All right. Start with what some of the things you all talked about. You all have an interview. So go ahead. What's something you had? Okay, but what's an example of something you said you could do? All right, what's something you said?
Make cards for nursing homes.
Beautiful. What's something you put? Fabulous. What's something you all put? Fabulous. So you guys can section it any way that you want. You can all work together on one thing. Let's see what you can come together as, okay?
So let's write what you said.
She writes it, you two write it, because you guys have
I thought we were doing it. We're going to write volunteer as a communicator. I mean collaborator.
What are we going to put on?
Then can we put collaborator on the side and use those to write?
Are you going to write this guy?
Volunteering is helping other people and
Okay. Think about your neighborhood. What's something you could possibly do in your neighborhood that would help out? Maybe.
How about clean up the litter?
Okay, if you see some litter in your neighborhood. Recycling. What if you... Say it one more time. Composting. What if you have a neighbor that is hurt and they need some help? What's something you could do? Well, just what's something physically you could go do? Let's say your neighbor... Okay, you could help with their first aid stuff. But what if your neighbor couldn't go out and check their mail? Could you walk over to their house and get their mail and deliver it to them each day from their mailbox? Would that be a form of volunteerism? Absolutely. You're not expecting to get paid, but you're making your community better, right? Beautiful. All right, look at what you all have, and then you are going to go ahead and...
We're going to put it down here. Okay. Well, I thought you guys didn't agree with me. I tried telling him. Why are there two?
The picture's gonna be up here.
No, the picture's going to be down
How's that,
here.
Sienna?
Good.
I'm going to keep saying it, too.
I'm just going to draw a quick sketch of the sky.
What are some things y'all would think?
The picture doesn't have to be perfect.
Wait, why don't we do it up there when it says...
Y'all, I know you're having great conversations, but pause for one quick second because Kira just said something really interesting, and I want to share. Kira just threw out an idea, and she said something in terms of saving the bees. Does anybody have a light bulb moment with that, saving the bees? Maybe we read something recently. What did we read about?
we read about a passage called Saving the Bees.
And what was one thing it told us to do? What did it tell us to do?
That we could, build bee houses.
And plant what?
Trees.
Trees and flowers and gardens. Is that another way that you can be a volunteer? Is it making your community a better place?
Yes.
Great idea. Thanks, Kira.
Why don't we
I can draw a bee. No, I can draw a bee.
and the flower too.
Okay. I can draw a bee. Listen, should I draw it right here? Yeah, just like, yeah, trade that.
I like that you've labeled that. I like your volunteer. All right, what else are you going to draw? You have a great picture, but let's add some other things to it, right? I know, but keep adding your pizzazz to it. You are full of pizzazz. Keep going, Julius.
Help out at charity events.
Oh, that one's a perfect one. You can do that one. Maybe we use it bigger. Oh, you want that one?
Wait, what? Smells great. But we could also like clean.
All right, what are you going to add to it? What's your part that you want to put? What are some things you said? Okay, what else? Okay. Which one do you think you're going to highlight on here? I think that'd be a great one. Yes.
She had an idea to put volunteer to be a collaborator, and I thought maybe for collaborator we could do it down here, and then for C we could say collaborator, collect.
I think that sounds a great way to organize it. Good plan. All right, can you give me an example of what you might do here?
Church, like volunteer.
What could you volunteer to do, though?
Work or like help like a small group or something.
You could. Do you think even helping pass something out would be helpful? I just want you, when you get down here, show me something specific about that. I think that's a really good idea. But think about those tasks that you really could help out with at church. All right. Let's look what you have. Which one are you going to start with? All right, let's reflect on this one. You've done some of these things at school. What are some things that you've already helped bring to school donation-wise this year? Which one did we just do? We did food for what? Or for who?
Hold on. I think I could do a mixture of.
All right, we just did our animal food drive. What about right before Thanksgiving? We did another one. Was that for animal food and pet food? Did we do pet food before Thanksgiving? No, what did we do right before Thanksgiving? What kind of food would we bring in, though? Could you put some of those things on here to show what those donations looked like?
Oh yeah, because the cloud could be in the shape of a bird. Yeah, this is yours. Thanks, Sana. I guess you could do that.
That's an amazing thing. That's a lot taken away. But even think about a tiny thing in their yard. What's something you could do for them?
Pick up leaves.
Pick up leaves. Is that something that you think you could do at your age?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So cleaning up leaves. What else do you think you could do? I'll say this. Even in your own family, what's something you could volunteer to do outside that would really help your family out?
Trash. Don't waste water.
Rapid fire there. Who has a pet that sometimes they have to clean up after?
I don't have a pet. I used to.
Can I say this? Do you know what I mean when I say sometimes cleaning up after a pet?
Yeah.
Yeah, would it be very helpful to someone if you volunteered to do that?
Still very.
It's not the ideal volunteer position, but it's still something that sometimes has to be done, and it would really help someone, wouldn't it? Everybody clap your hands. All right, if everyone could have a seat at their desk, we're going to pause because I want to talk to you real quick. So let's see if you can be in your chair in 3, 2, oh, I love your speediness, and 1. All right, real quick, the whole idea of this is to understand that we are global citizens, and there are things that we can do to make our community a better place, regardless of our age. So real quick, we want to do a few share outs of some of the things that you talked about with your group. Who has an idea that they can share about how you can volunteer in your community to make it a better place? Meredith, what was something you all said? Making cards for nursing homes. All right, Tyler, what was something your group said so far?
Planting trees.
Planting trees. How is that going to help? How is that going to help, Vasundra?
Planting trees helps because
Okay.
And we need oxygen to live, so we need plants and trees to survive.
I forgot to ask them, so let's hop back here. This group said making cards for nursing home residents. How would that help your community? How would that make it a better place?
We could like give them company and like make kind of toys for them.
Well, giving someone company or writing them a note that makes them feel good, is that going to make your community better? Yes, you're simply making people feel better. You're making them feel seen. That's important. All right, what did your group say?
We said picking up litter.
All right, picking up litter. Liam, why would picking up litter be a good way to help your community?
It could clean up stuff so that the plants don't die.
Okay, what else is it going to make your community look like? Here, when all that trash is out there, what is your community going to look like?
It'll be stinky. No one wants to live there anymore.
All right, but once it's cleaned up, what's it going to look like?
It'll be nicer.
All right, it's going to be aesthetically pleasing, and it's going to be a better place for animals and people to live. All right, JJ, what is something your group said? Say it one more time. Mowing someone's lawn. Why would that be helpful? Why would going over to someone's house and mowing their lawn be helpful? Ben, why would that be helpful?
It would support them.
It would help support them.
They won't have like tall grass.
Okay, it's going to make their house look good. It's going to take the tall grass away. And sometimes taking something off someone's plate and helping them with the task, is that a true volunteer project? Yes, it's providing something for them. Say it one more time. You can collaborate. Can you get with other third graders and come up with other ideas and actually enact those ideas, Miss Natalie?
No.
Yes. Thank you for joining our class today as we talked about global citizenship and volunteerism.